and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
Oh, and welcome everyone. The Circle of Eight, our championship of the line, Cage My IQ MMA podcast, ladies and gentlemen, in this hot summer. Man, it's hot. Jesus Christ, I don't know what.
Yeah, it's been nice out, man. It's fucking been 99 degrees in Cali, which is, it's a little high.
It's a little high, but it's hot, ladies and gentlemen. The host is what I have to see here with my other host, El Compadre, the host, the man of the hour, on the hour, in the West Side, baby, from the West Coast. The one and only Papi Chula, director, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm a Valley boy, man. So I made when they. I may not have been born, but I was raised.
Hey, but you were. What matters was you were raised. That's what matters.
Yeah, I've been here 7 years. I love it.
There you go.
But yeah, it's fucking hot. Holy shit.
Exactly. And of course, the man of the hour, the phenomenal one, the one that brings that pain and that brings that rage in that cage, ladies and gentlemen. He is a phenomenal one himself. Ire, ladies and gentlemen. Ire. Coach, what's up, man? What is going on? Happy Wednesday for everyone. But, man, before we get into this, fantastic event coming up this Saturday, just very quick, because we couldn't because I had technical difficulties, unfortunately, last week. I just want to very, very quick. Just
rolling blackouts, man. For people that don't know, when it gets so hot out here, California will just turn off your electricity because they say, fuck you guys. You don't need AC.
Exactly.
And if you can't afford gas, just get an electric car.
Yes, I agree.
You can't charge. And, you have an extra 50 grand laying around, right?
I got a Prius.
There you go. There you go. I need one of those things that you can connect, what's it called? I forgot what the hell it's called. I even forgot. See, I'm already forgetting things. But I just wanted, before we get into UFC 291, want to get into with you guys very briefly, the main event and co-main event, since we did have the opportunity to talk about it because of technical difficulties, power outage, damn freaking neighborhood. But just wanted to get recap. Of course, Volkanovski, of course, defeating Yair, and Moreno losing, of course, to Dupree. So, Pantoja, excuse me. He loses to Pantoja. Man, I ain't gonna lie. For me, I want to say it was a great fight, great event. Moreno unfortunately broke his arm, in, I believe it was the first round or the second round. But from there, it was Pantoja's all the way, and it was unfortunate, even though I chose Moreno to win. But hey, it happens, right? Volkanovski, of course, dominating, and Yair did the best he could do. I know.
He completely erased what Yair did to Josh Emmett. I don't even know who that version of Yair was in that Emmett fight because of who didn't show up in this fight. Because Volkanovski is just that good. He just completely if you could erase a fight from a record without having an asterisk next to it, that's what he did.
Oh yeah, no, that's what he definitely did. It was just wow. But it was overall.
None of the problems Volkanovski was supposed to have. He had no problem with range. He had no problem with strikes. He had no problem with distance. He was like, "Fuck your 6'2", fuck your leg kicks. I'm gonna it was wild."
To be honest, I want to get your thoughts, but I just want to get my last thought about it. Even if, let's say, Moreno did not break his arm, I honestly, and I know I'm gonna get shitted on, I just didn't feel that what he was doing was no changes. I feel Pantoja was just dominating, him being Brazilian, of course. I feel like he had a strategy going. I don't feel Moreno did. Even let's say he didn't break his arm, I don't think the strategy was there that I was expecting for him to do something different. I didn't. Pantoja, for me, looked like he dominated overall. And Moreno needs to go back to the drawing board and figure that out if he's going to get his rematch. And wish him the best for, of course, healing his arm.
A broken arm is pretty serious.
Yeah.
And these guys are tough, but right. The fact that he won all the rounds and didn't get knocked out and didn't get fucked up is actually pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's also amazing that no one in his corner stopped it. You know, with an injury like that, there has to be a discussion. Because you can lose, you can do more damage and then lose use of the hand. It's pretty serious. So,
Yeah.
I
agree.
He toughed it out, came up short, but everyone I talked to said it was an amazing fight, that they enjoyed watching it. Volkanovski is the great. He's phenomenal. Uh, not much to say about Yair. Volkanovski, was working with some phenomenal world-class Taekwondo people. So, Yair had nothing for him. I do think Volk fights Islam again and finishes in Islam this time. The one thing that was suspicious to me was DDP. That was sus. That was totally weird. How ineffective Bobby Knuckles was. How ineffective Robert Whitaker was. That should have been a cakewalk for Whitaker. So, put my tinfoil hat on for that one. But,
I'm with you on that, to be honest, Coach.
And Alex was saying he didn't want to see that fight again. He did not want to see it. So I think, he made a phone call or two and pulled some strings behind the scenes. Because we got that kind of pull here on the podcast. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Any last thoughts, Director, you have on UFC 290?
Yeah, hey, we got 2 people watching. That's awesome. If you're watching right now live, leave comments. Join the conversation. I like that. I'd like to know that you're out there.
Don't listen to them. None of us can read.
I'm the Ryan Seacrest of MMA. Let's go.
He is the right.
Yeah, Brett, dude. Moreno has had that belt a lot. I think he's had it like twice, I guess. And name opponent. Who did Moreno fight?
Pantoja.
I keep wanting to say Figueiredo because he fought that guy 4 times. Pantoja just has his number. He had him when he was an amateur. He had him when he was a mid. Now he had him when he was a main eventer. There's just never going to be.
Yeah.
You're just, some guys just have you. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it.
And that sits in your psyche also.
Yeah. And it didn't seem like that had really gotten into Moreno's head itself. It was just a matter of, at this point, it was just physical attributes, I think, were the biggest difference. I don't think Moreno went into this fight like when people go into a fight afraid. I don't think Moreno was mentally scared of him. I just think physically the attributes were there for Pantoja. He just has it. And they both leveled up. But, if you start here and you both level up, there's still a gap. So that's what I thought.
Pantoja sounds like a dessert.
Yeah. Get some cherry Pantoja from the Italian icery.
Right.
And then Dracus Duplessis, DDP, my boy. I love this.
Oh, so you made the phone call.
I see. I'll tell you what phone call I didn't make though after this, but that fight, wow, yeah. So I've liked Dracus since he debuted. I've been like a fan. This is like his 4th fight, and he's already taken out former champions. I love that. He's finished most of his fights. He's only been stopped like twice. I think he has like 1 sub, 1 DQ, or 1 TKO. He's going to be the first. Well, hold on. No, I'd be wrong. I was the first real African champion, but we had Francis Ngannou as well. So
yeah.
But so the phone call I did not make was I completely missed how Stylebender was able to I'll just take Strickland instead. The fight was his. And then I woke up to them saying I watched the entire interview, how Sean Strickland now has a title fight.
Wait, and is that official? That's actually happening?
That's real, right?
I believe so. I think it is. I had to confirm that.
It was the same day they announced Khamzat Chimaev versus Paulo Costa,
Wow.
I'm
You know
pretty
where-
sure.
You know where
I'm gonna
Strickland's
double
been
check.
training?
Riverside? No, he's been up in Canton, Michigan, right? Is it Canton? Is that what it's called? Or Massachusetts?
Connecticut
Connecticut.
with
Yeah,
Glover and Potan.
With Glover.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Which they all met here in SoCal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting conflicting reports, but I keep hearing Izzy say it's Sean's, like Sean has it. So
yeah, but that's Izzy doesn't have final say. You know,
I think they have more say than you might think.
Right, but it's not official until it's official.
Right. It sounded like it was official to me, but
Izzy's.
I would be slightly upset. Sean's doing some good shit, and the guy he took out was definitely on the up and up. But I think taking out a former champion.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm friends with Sean, but he doesn't deserve that fight.
Right, but
there's nothing he can do.
He may deserve the winner of Izzy in DDP versus. He may deserve that. What up, Nova? That's a dope name. He may deserve the winner of DDP.
Nice card too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, according to Bakley, he said that DDP got hurt before the fight, and that's why he couldn't make it.
That was him fighting hurt. That was a flawless victory.
Yeah, I guess so. That's what they give it to Strickland for that fight. So I mean, yeah, I'm with you too. I mean, we could go around with Whitaker, the way how that fight looked, and I'm with you, Coach, because it looked very suspicious. That for me is like, what the hell? Like, really, just like that? Like,
do people think he took a dive?
I feel like he did.
I fucking don't think so. I think that he was not expecting DDP to be that fast and powerful and clever. He was hitting leg shots and countering with jabs, and he dropped them.
I agree with that.
I love that game plan.
But there was a way. There was a way.
Does Bobby always keep his hands so low? I don't remember him keeping his hands on his knees. I don't remember that. But
I'd have to rewatch those.
Like when he fought Yoel, I don't remember him keeping his hands that low.
That's right. My boss right there. That's right. The choker.
Oh, I met this guy. This guy. He's talking about doing the show in his car.
Yes, we're gonna do it. And
remember this guy? I forget his real name, but
Ryan.
He was on the show, right?
Yeah, he was on the show. He'll be back soon.
Yeah, I remember that guy. I forgot about that. That was a while ago. Love that.
Yes.
No fucking way.
All right, let's get into this. Oh man, it's so much shit Saturday besides the UFC 291. I know we're not here to talk about boxing, but boxing, you have Spencer, and of course, it's just so much. And speaking of so much, there he is, the man with the IQ, ladies and gentlemen. Man, he's the one that is mentioned in the chat that he got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Before, yes.
Courtney,
what's going on, Bakley?
Yeah, he's not going to make the deadline for September, so that's why Strickland's getting
what's going on, Courtney?
So, you're a purple belt?
Purple
belt.
Purple belt.
Oh, I thought you said purple fall. I'm like, who's on purple fall? Isn't that gasoline?
No.
All right.
Purple belt.
Oh, Bakley, the purple belt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's right. He's the purple belt.
Shows up after the warm up.
That's right. Let's get into it now. Here we go. And we're going to go ahead and talk about it here. The UFC. That's right. 291 coming up. That's
dude,
right.
Never stop playing STEM. They're starting to go like pop punk in their trailers. I fucking hate that. Listen to All Out Boy and get hyped for a fight. Never stop using STEM. Bring the pain. That is the best fucking song ever.
It is. Honestly, it is. But
it's like my childhood.
Punk, pop, or pop punk. That's an oxymoron.
I know. It's confusing ideas. I'm not into.
Completely impossible. It's not real.
It's a myth. Pop punk is a myth.
Yes. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not real.
I believe you.
There's no
I'm
way.
with you on that, man.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
It's like hot cold. Right. No, it doesn't. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna pass on to the director. It's time, baby. Director, take it away. The floor is yours. Go ahead. What we got to do?
Wow, this fight, this whole card, let alone not just the main card, but the whole card is wild. But I love every fight. This is one of them. Kevin Holland is a wild man. He will talk to you during his fight. He will mock you and then knock you out. He'll have dreams about you and then put you to sleep. Michael Chiesa is a clever boy on the ground, though. And his hands aren't that bad either. He usually uses his what I consider decent enough boxing to get you where he wants you in the clinch and then get you to the ground. And then can do that. He'll usually choke you out or tap you out. He was able to do that to like Vicente Luque, which is a fucking crazy thing to do. No, other way around. I was wrong. I'm looking at it right now. Luque did it to him. My bad.
Whoops.
I was on a good roll there for a second. But no, I like this fight. Kevin's so unpredictable. I think if Maverick gets a hold of him, though, and then takes him down, he might be able to strangle him. I'm going to say Maverick, rear naked choke, round 2.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I mean, has Kiss ever been like, I know he had a fight stop due to a cut, but has he ever been KO'd? He's never been KO'd. No, he's never been KO'd.
No.
He has 2 Darces. He has a couple sub-losses. He has a lot of sub-losses. Wow, for a guy that I hyped up, I have having such a solid ground game. All his losses are by subs.
I mean, the only one was just a doctor stoppage. That was only one.
Doctor stoppage at Lozon, and that was a New York thing. And I remember that fight because the New York guy didn't know what the fuck he was talking about, and then he told the press conference, like, I was just scared. I thought he was going to bleed everywhere. And he barely had a dribble of plasma. So, yeah. Either way, I'm going to go Maverick sub round 2.
Okay. I like that.
I like
Bagley, take it away.
Kevin Holland round 2 knockout.
Yeah, I see that happening too.
Whoa.
I see him doing all his weird, lanky, fucking dancing poses.
It's just that Michael Chiesa has been kind of one-sided with just his wrestling the last couple of years. And, of course, he might take down Holland twice, but we've seen him getting taken down twice at the welterweight, and he still wins the fights.
Right.
And you're going to have to challenge him with the striking, and I just don't see too much of that from Chiesa to warrant him being too much of a threat on the feet. And I do like what I've seen from Holland. Like I said, even though he's been taken down a couple times, he showed a little bit of growth. He's going to be bigger reach, taller guy. He's going to weigh more.
Guy was a big middleweight.
Yeah. And he's going to be able to use that flashy style from distance. And I have seen Chiesa get stunned, and this guy is going to hit him with power. So,
all right.
What weight is this actually happening at?
Welterweight.
It's 170.
Pretty sure, right? This is definitely 175.
170.
Okay.
170.
Okay. Man, how old are these guys? 30 and 35. Damn.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
Yeah. 35. Holland is. You were probably correct.
30. He's 30.
Yeah.
Take it away, coach. The floor is yours.
Oh, okay. Kevin doesn't seem 30 to me, all right? He seems like he's 26. The way he acts, the way he runs his mouth. Yeah, right? I have a love-hate sort of thing going on with Kevin Holland. When the chips are down, he falls short. But he's fun to watch. He's creative. He's exciting. But he's actually really a hot mess. I just found out because I wasn't really paying attention because I was always putting him in the camp of, yeah, he could develop into something really interesting. He's got a whole bunch of talent. And then I started like poking around and looking at actually his record and
Quirting. That's why I love quirting.
And what actually prompted me to start researching was one of the embedded that was on, I was watching on YouTube or whatever. And Travis Lutter is his grappling coach.
I love Travis Lutter from Dallas, Texas.
What? Nah.
No, I'm just saying. You don't like Dallas?
No, I don't. Travis Lutter, like he should not be coaching. Like after his run,
he's not a good. Is he a jiu-jitsu coach or an MMA coach?
Well, I don't know, but
okay.
after his run in the UFC and
That was
after
20 years ago, old man. Let it go.
Nope.
Coach Rage is never gonna let it go.
His last fight was against Rich Franklin. He got stopped due to body shots. Come on now.
See, you're making my point for me.
In 2008, bro. I'm old as fuck.
Yeah,
I remember this shit.
You know, it's like it's not like he got wiser and better as time went on. You know, he was dumb then. He's probably
Those
still
who
dumb
can't
now.
do teach.
So
You know, those who can't do teach.
oh, okay.
Nick.
So
Even you saying that. No,
blah blah blah. Chiesa's the old man. So this one's really hard to pick, but I think Chiesa gets it. I think Holland's going to do something goofy, end up on the ground, and
Like go for
he's going to think that he's.
like,
I just think he's going to do something like some spinny, goofy, whatever, and then Chiesa's going to grab a Darce. You know.
right. Yeah.
So I guess I'm calling a Darce. Early round 2. Chiesa.
Nice. Well, and look at the betting odds too of it. I mean, look at
that's not that big of a difference, right?
No, not much. But I'm just surprised that Chiesa's a plus 125, and
I could see Holland, Darce, and Chiesa too.
I would. I will pay money if that happens. I will give money. To somebody.
Yeah. That would be crazy.
Bakley's like me.
when Holland wins, it's crazy. What are the betting? Who's
right there? It's
right on the screen there.
Right on the
screen.
See now, those of you that have been with us from the beginning, I told you we can't read. I told you.
Numbers are hard though.
Plus and minus, and I mean, Chiesa is spelled fucking weird, right? It's a CH. It should be Chiesa. Chiesa.
I was gonna say that, but you didn't get that.
Chiesa.
That's if you're Brendan Schaub, it's Michael Chiesa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Brendan Schaub would say some shit.
Well, thank God I am not Brendan Schaub.
I know.
Awesome, love it.
We are misbehaving tonight.
I know, but it's summertime.
Nicholas over there going, maybe I.
So if you look at it, Chiesa by sub is plus 375. Holland by sub's only plus 500. So it's not a big odd difference. So it makes it, they're telling you that either one could be close to happen.
Yeah, and I think that's fair.
Okay. All right, let's get into the lightweight division bout. Tony Ferguson, of course, plus 285 versus Bobby Green, who's at minus 375.
Do we even have to talk about this?
Hey, we have to. It's the main card. We could have to.
This should have been the opener.
That's exactly what I was going to say. But you take it away, Bakley. The floor is yours. Go ahead. What do you got?
Come on, how do you not go Bobby Green here? Like a lot of people are gonna just look at the first round of the Chandler fight and think, Tony Ferguson still has it. The problem he has is kind of like what Matt Snell's problem is. He doesn't stick to one camp. He floats around. He doesn't pick his mind. He just goes with whatever he wants to by the camp, and it hasn't worked. He lost his chin in the gaethje fight, and he just hasn't been the same. He takes too much damage, and it's caught up to him. And you're going to fight a guy who, granted, yes, he's kind of the same way. He doesn't defend his chin at all. Bobby Green just holds his hands down, throws, and then he gets caught. But he's going to throw a lot of volume at Ferguson. He's going to be in his face. And this is one of those fights where Bobby Green might be able to get the knockout. He's a guy he doesn't get knockouts. He's all about the volume, and then he doesn't put as much into it because he's too busy, kind of like Holland. He's too busy talking shit, and then he throws, does this all the time, and then he either beats you by decision or you catch him on the chin and knock him out. So I got Bobby Green. I think he knocks out Ferguson round 1.
Wow.
Okay.
Who's Matt? Who's Matt Snow?
Matt Snow. It's your favorite division, flyweight.
That's
why. Okay, that's why.
We're the same person 20 years apart. Don't
worry. He's a bantamweight disguising as a flyweight that always misses weight, and then he doesn't stay at the same gym. Yeah, and he doesn't stay at a gym for like 2 months, and then he leaves.
I mean, that it's a huge problem, and it's like instant journeyman. Like you gym hop, you coach shop. It's like, man, when you go through that many coaches, when you go through that many gyms, when you go through that many training partners, it's you. It's you. But it's a guaranteed way to reach journeyman status and just not fulfill your potential. Coaches are really important, and having a solid relationship with a good coach is crucial to success. Mm-hmm. So I'll get off my soapbox and let one of y'all.
Let the director.
Yeah. This is definitely loser leaves UFC fight. I mean, Tony's on his 5th loss in a row, and he's been finished in most of those, 3 of those, I think. Yeah. And then Bobby's obviously won 2 out of his last 5 or 6, and he has no contest. You know what, man? I'm just gonna say I think Tony gets it by unanimous decision on this one, man. I just think he's better everywhere, and not really. I mean, I don't want to say not stupid enough to fall for anything that Bobby Green is gonna do, but I think he's gonna be a little bit more careful to get to that decision because I just think he's smart enough to do that. You know, it's hard to say that coming off of those many losses, but he's been a wild man. He's been Tony Ferguson in the last 5 fights. You know, he thought he could just train up in Big Bear with a fucking pipe wrench and a basketball court and call himself a fighter. So I hope he changes that and actually takes it seriously.
I'm with you too. But I feel that this man should retire. I feel.
Well, yeah, I mean that's cool too. I'm okay with that. I still think Tony goes to decision. Yeah, sorry, Bitsy, that's how I feel. I think he's just better everywhere than Bobby is, and Bobby hasn't had a finish in 2 years almost. So
well, he did have a finish, but Gordon took that away.
He blocked his head with his head.
Oh my God, that's right. I first forgot about that.
Bobby Green's last fight was no to contest due to head clash.
Yeah, because of head clash. Yeah,
and then he complained that he couldn't see afterwards.
He probably got all fucking.
Yeah, possibly so. But I feel like this is for. I feel, I go Bobby Green. Of course, second round. I feel he's in it with second round.
TKO or KO or
TKO. I feel like he's in it.
Okay.
It just Ferguson for me.
That would be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably gonna be Dr. Stockbridge for all we know.
Maybe so. I just don't see Ferguson no more. It just 39 years old. I mean, it's already about that time. You mentioned about his last 5 fights that he lost. It just there's nothing else to prove it in. I mean, Lawler, you're good on his retirement. In the last fight of UFC 290, he should follow that the same direction. I feel that there's nothing else to prove for Ferguson. I think that's it. You should retire. Hang the gloves. There's nothing else to do. Be a commentator, be someone behind the scenes. It's fine. We respect what you've done overall in the world of MMA, but however, your time is already coming. So this is out of the future that we're talking about.
He's too much of a loose cannon to be on broadcast. But I agree. It's time to start thinking about long-term health. I'd just like to say I know both these guys, and on a personal level, they're really cool people. They in between training, really gracious. Sometimes the spotlight is not flattering.
Right.
But Tony has been nothing but respectful and cool to me, and Bobby is Bobby's a fun guy. He's a good guy. Fun Bobby, yeah. So, man, I think this is gonna go the distance. I think Bobby gets the decision, and I hope I hope somebody can get through to Tony that that this is not in his best interest any longer.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should be that time. I mean, but we'll see. I mean, if it does go to the distance, it's fun to see that from Ferguson as well, but mainly Bobby Green too, because we want to see him already up there at that level too. So this is going to be interesting to see how it's going to turn out to be, in my opinion. I feel that.
And if you look back at Bobby Green's 2 of the losses, you got Drew Dober. He was winning that fight. He was dominating that fight. Yeah. And just like I said, he keeps his hands down. It got popped. And that was a fight that was winnable for him. And then you got the Fiziev fight where he started out slow, but you could kind of say that maybe he did win it because he lost the first round.
Both those guys are just massive power fucking gunslingers, bro. You know?
Yeah, and then Fiziev started the second round hot, but then he slowed down like he usually does. And then Bobby Green took over. And then round 3, Bobby Green just destroyed him round 3. And they gave Fiziev the benefit of the doubt with the second round and had him edge it. But you take those 2 losses and you make them a win, things could be different for Bobby Green.
That's true. Absolutely. We'll definitely have. I'm looking forward to seeing this fight to see how this is going to turn out to be. So we'll see how long will this last. Let's see.
What are their ages? They're both.
Well, I know that Ferguson's 39.
Tony's 39 and Bobby Green is
36.
Yeah.
So they're
he'll be 37 next month.
Yeah. So Tony's past due and Bobby's coming up on the date. So
hard times.
Hard times. Yes, it is hard times. All right. Now let's get into the third fight, of course, and that is in another welterweight division. Stephen Thompson versus Michael Piera. Of course, Thompson minus 165. Michael is plus 140.
Wow.
Director, go ahead.
Wow.
Take it away.
Pereira is the dog, is the overdog, I guess is what you call that?
Yes, sir. Yes, he is.
How many fights has Wonder Boy lost in a row? None. He beat Kevin Holland. Michel Pereira is on a 5-fight win streak. Okay, maybe that's the only differentiating factor in them odds, but wow. This is what happens when you get 2 young brothers on a video game controller and just hit every button all at once.
Yeah, I was trying to find.
This is gonna be a fucking wild fight. This is gonna be every 80s movie. This is going to be the Karate Kid versus Scorpion. This is every fantasy of a martial art. This is like this is a Kumite. This is a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. This is Gerald Strebrand fucking that dude up who pretended to go to Kumites in the 90s and then shot someone. You remember that story? You know that story? That's a real story.
I do.
Anyway.
I do.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
I'm friends with somebody that actually fought that guy. Mauled him.
I forget that guy's name, but fuck that guy.
Yeah. But
I'll tell Ivan off air. It's a wild story. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell the fans. There's this guy who had pretended to be the blackest of black belts in the world, and he became somehow friends with UFC veteran, great fighter, a guy named Gerald Strebrand. And he used to be like, "Hey man, I got this crazy Kumite contest way out in the forest. It's top secret. Just drop me off and come back over." So this kid would get dropped off in the forest, and then he'd be like, "Oh, come back, in 2 days and pick me up." And so the guy would come back to pick him up, and he'd have this giant trophy. See, the thing is when he dropped him off, he had a giant bag, and the dude's like, "Oh, he had the trophy in the car when I dropped him off. Now he's claiming he won this trophy." He would go to different dojos and challenge people. I think he even tried to sexually assault some of his training partners. I think Strebrand was one of them, and Strebrand put him in a fucking armbar and snapped his leg off or some shit. Ooh. Anyways, this guy ended up killing someone and went to jail. But every fighter knew about him. They were like, "Fuck that guy." This guy was going around everywhere pretending to be this legendary black belt, and he just sucked ass. Is that pretty much the story, Coach?
Yeah, I'm trying to find his name.
Oh man, Gerald
Rafael Torre.
That says he. But yes, but that's not his real name. He made up a Brazilian name.
Right.
He made up a his name was like John Smith or some shit.
Yeah.
John Smith.
Yeah.
What was his real name? Story of Bangkok Ready? No, that's not it. Yeah.
I don't know his real name, but
Rafael Torre, the fake black belt. Here it is. Oh my God, there he is. Yeah. Holy fucking shit. Wow. Yeah. And he was just some white guy who was claiming to be like from the mean streets of Fortaleza or some shit.
Yeah. And my friend Bo Hirschberger choked him the fuck out.
Yeah. He would show up to places to be like, I'm a 10th degree black
58
belt.
seconds of ADCC. That was in 98, but I'm
that's
old,
how old
so
the story
what
is. Yeah.
Wow. that is a long time ago. But
director,
wow.
His real name was Ralph Bartel. That's what it was.
Ralph.
Yeah. Ralph. Well, hey, there's a Ralph Gracie. He was adopted. They just call him Half. That's also a true story.
Close enough.
Anyways,
I was trying to find the theme song for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, Ken versus Sub-Zero. I'm gonna have to pick Ken by decision. I'm going Wonder Boy on this one. I think he does not get baited into the wildness, and he's patient and calculated. I think he's going to use his actual karate training to fight the capoeira master. That's just how I see it. I just see someone who is more patient and calculated. I don't think it's going to be like a backflip into a super kick, which I would love, but I think it's going to be something along the lines of just patience. So, Wonder Boy by decision.
Wonder Boy by decision. Okay. Bakley, who do you got on this one, bro?
Ever since Pereira lost to Conley, he's kind of had to switch his game up. He was all about just being so flashy, like you said, the capoeira style, just doing unpredictable stuff. And then he would kind of gas out a little bit. But ever since that fight,
he's against that guy he lost to. Who's that?
He lost 2 straight times to Conley. And
in his debut, he fought that dude who was like, I ain't falling for any of this bullshit. What was his name?
Well, Conley. That's the one.
Tristan Connolly. That was him. Yeah.
Ever since then, he's kind of had to adopt a little bit of a grappling style to go with it. And he's been able to kind of grapple up guys, kind of wear them out, along with that flashiness. And he's kind of managed his gas tank better. But against a guy like Stephen Thompson, he's very hard to take down. Like Burns and Muhammad have done it. They've found the key to it, but what you got to do is go drive the double leg takedown and then keep driving through it and then go for the single once he's worried about both, and then you can pull him down. And that's really the only way you can kind of take down Stephen Thompson. I don't think Ferreira can do it. He doesn't have that high level of wrestling that Burns and Muhammad do. And Burns is just so exceptional with his grappling, even though he's jiu-jitsu. He just makes it look freaking good. This guy's good, but it's not high level like that. I think he can match him a little bit on the volume, but I still think that the style of Stephen Thompson being able to be at kickboxing range with that karate stance, when he moves, he kind of moves forward, kind of awkwardly, hits you from an angle, and then pops right back. And he's going to be able to kind of that would kind of be his defense, where he's not going to get hit as much as the guys that Ferreira is usually accustomed to throwing at because of that style. So I feel like it's going to go to decision. I think Thompson's going to win it by just out-voluming him. It might even be like a boring fight, because that's usually how Stephen Thompson's fights are. It's calculated. He picks his moments, comes in, comes out. It kind of angles over, so you can't hit him at the right angle that you were just at, and he just confuses you. Unless you are high level at grappling, like I said, and you can get him to the mat. And I don't think he'll be able to do that. So I got him by decision.
Yeah.
Thompson by decision?
Yeah, Thompson.
Yeah. I have to agree with you on that. I mean, if we saw what the last fight, what it was, Kevin Holland, it's kind of like that. I mean, you got Thompson in the rankings number, he's 7th in the welter.
Yeah.
He got 15, Pereira, Michael or Michelle, whatever you want to give him a call.
He won, and Holland took him down twice.
Yeah.
Awkwardly.
Yeah. Awkward. I am with I'm with you on this one. This fight, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Thompson as well. I just don't see Michael Pierre on this one. I don't know how I'm going to be very intrigued of this fight, to be honest. Just, knowing Wonder Boy's, style of fighting, it's just, I'm not much intrigued I used to be before. But we'll see how this is going to turn out to be, honestly. I mean,
it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be, even if it's slow, I just like watching the man work. I just like the problem solving that's happening.
It just, if he wins this, he's not moving anywhere in that division because that welterweight division ain't moving shit in the rankings. That's what I'm telling you.
And I have it right here. I'm glad
he's number 7.
He is definitely number 7, and Pereira is not even. He's 15. Oh yeah, I mean he's not moving up. That's for a fact. He'd have to fight at least. I mean Shavkat, which we all love, who would probably fuck him up 6 ways on Sunday and twice on Ramadan.
And he's fighting Costa to see who fights Izzy next.
That's right. That is right.
No, sorry. You think I said Kamshot Chimaev? I was saying Shawkat.
Shavkat.
Shavkat Rakhmonov. Yeah. Sorry. Wait. Kamzat's moving up to middleweight anyways. So the only way Thompson moves up is because that slot gets emptied.
Yeah. Yeah. Phenomenal one. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the director is right and that this is going to be exciting and fun to watch. I don't think.
We all know that great cards like this sometimes disappoint too. That's a big catch-22.
Yeah. I mean, it could be really boring, or it could be really exciting, and I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for it to be really exciting. Pereira doesn't have anything that Wonder Boy didn't grow up fucking around with, like all the ninja moves and the capoeira and we did that for fun when we were 14, I think Wonder Boy it's gonna be timing. There's the big, and as you're doing the big silly movements, it's bang right in with the reverse punch. Yeah. So it's gonna almost be like a TMA, traditional martial arts fight. So I think Wonder Boy. Since I'm being optimistic, I'm gonna say Wonder Boy by knockout round 2.
Okay.
I would love that. If that happens, I'm seeing a straight right hand, just like Machida knocking out Bader. Remember when Bader came running in and Machida
Yep.
That's exactly how I see it going down.
Or right hand, right round kick over the shoulder.
Like Dan Stidgen,
Wonder Boy's
first fight.
What Wonder Boy he throws him? Then it's a long,
he covers
reachy.
And then he basically he does a long side question mark kick.
Yeah. And people think they're safe, and they're not, because it's
until you wake up. Planning.
I didn't see what was it? And he hides it, and it's like you don't even see it happen. So pretty cool. But that's pretty optimistic because Wonder Boy is officially Wonder Old Man, not boy anymore.
Wonder Man.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, even the betting odds, it makes sense, to be honest. Just because of what everybody here on the floor mentioned, so it makes sense of it. So, absolutely. Now the fight that I'm excited for, because this is the fight that I'm excited for, the co-main event of this damn fight, and I am excited because it's a light heavyweight bout. Yes, Chad Blachowicz is back, and of course he's at minus 120. And this is another minus 110, Alex Pereira. Oh, I'm excited. I'm just really, really excited for this fight. I know Blachowicz with the injury, of course, and kind of delayed him and see how it's going to turn out to be. I'm hoping that he's 100% coming into this fight. I know Pereira is going to come with a vengeance, of course, coming in this division and getting his rematch, of course, but. Man, this is going to be a good fight. I think this is going to be I feel it's going to go decision. Biggest question is like, Who do I want to go with? It's the biggest one because Jesus, this is a tough one for me. Sorry, Pierre, I'm gonna have to go with Blachowicz on this. This is gonna be a close fight, but I feel that this is gonna be unanimous. I think Blachowicz is gonna take this one, and this is gonna be a good one. And this is a test for Pierre as well with someone like Blachowicz as well. It's just, and I feel like Pierre's last fight, of course, with Izzy, he needs to his style of rhythm. I get it. I get it, but sometimes it don't work all the time. You have to kind of strategize differently with different fighters. You kind of have to switch it up a bit here, and I hope he does it here. It gives Blachowicz a challenge because Blachowicz is gonna give him a hell of a challenge, regardless of the height, regardless of the length reach. But Blachowicz is gonna give him that challenge that Pierre is not gonna be expecting. That's why I feel. I'm hoping that Blachowicz is 100% back to he's training. By the looks of it, he looks like he's 100%. But we'll see what an octagon. But I hope that Pierre puts up a fight, and he needs to, especially with a challenge like this. This is a great challenge for him. So, but I got Blachowicz on this one for him. That's just my decision. I think this is going to be a good, hell of a co-main event. I'm excited for this one. Director, break it down.
Yeah, that's the most sane prediction is Blachowicz to just not want to engage and try to get into the clinch, take him down, and run the Izzy game plan all over again. Yes. That's the safe bet. That's the safe game plan. I don't know how big Alex looks at 205. And I would like, we're not going to know what the real size difference is until they are standing across from each other. Red corner, you ready? Blue corner, you ready? They both, we'll go Blachowicz. I got it. I keep wanting to say Blachowicz.
It's Yehovich.
It's got to do with New York. he has won. He's got 29 wins, and he has won 33% in each winning category. So he has 10 subs, 10 KOs, 10 decisions. So he can basically win however he wants to, and he has great hands. He can KO people. He's subbed people, and he can wrestle fuck you. I think that's most likely what's going to happen, unless Alex gets him early. If he catches him coming in and clips him early like he did Strickland, that's the only way I see Pereira winning. But is that what's going to happen? I would like that. I like John, but I like a flashy KO too. I like Alex's style. I'm still going to go with a unanimous decision for Jan. I don't want that to happen, but it's just a safe bet if I'm putting money down, which I'm not.
I just hope that Glover is not telling him, look at my fight when I was fighting him. Because even though that was a hell of a fight between them.
Different fighter.
I get it, but you know what I'm like? You know what I mean? Eventually he's in the fucking... But go ahead, Big.
Well, there's parts of the fight he should show from that, because there's a lot that Alex Fajita can incorporate into it. Because Glover had a success throwing those leg kicks on Yehovich. And what is Fajita's biggest plus? Is kickboxing.
That is true. That is true. But go ahead, Bakley, take away the first yours.
And then you look at the grappling side of things. Everybody just thinks that he's going to have some success grappling with Fajita. From what I heard, I think he's at 220 right now, or he's close to it. And he's cutting down. He's a big guy. He was making. He was cutting so much weight.
Started fighting, wasn't he?
He was cutting so much weight, just like Figueiredo was cutting down the flyweight. He was cutting a lot of weight, and that's why he's big. If you look at him standing next to Glover Teixeira, he's a lot bigger than Teixeira. And then he was bigger, weight wise too. It's just that he was cutting so much, and he was doing so much, and he was luckily able to do it without losing so much. So now he's keeping some of that back on, and he's fighting guys that, they're bigger than him, but it's not going to be that easy to take him down. No, it doesn't mean I'm saying he won't get taken down. It's just that people comparing it to Izzy, who is normally a smaller guy at 170, and he didn't put any weight on to move up the heavyweight. It was mostly water weight that he put on at the last second, and it doesn't really hold as well so it was kind of easier to take him down. So I think he's going to have a hard time to take him down if that's his game plan. And in the stand-up game, I really like Fajeda in this one. As long as he avoids those hands, it just doesn't keep himself in one spot. I think he's the better striker in this one. I look at the last 3 fights for Blachowicz. I really haven't been impressed with him. He was losing the Rakic before Rakic hurt himself. He lost to Glover Teixeira, who was having success with the leg kicks, which led to the takedowns because those early leg kicks for the kind of like click something in Blachowicz, and he looked confused, and then he got taken down twice and subbed. And then he got the last one. No one was really happy with that performance of him, either him or Magomed Ankalaev, who's more of a striker than he is a grappler nowadays. And he still took Blachowicz down twice, and you could say who really won in that one, because it was supposed to be for a title shot, and neither got it because there was a main event that Dana White wasn't very happy with. But then you got Fajeda, on the other hand, who has showcased that he can be a finisher. He beat Izzy, and then he was winning the second fight, and then he just got calm. It happens. You're winning, he gets hit with a great shot, and then he was put down. That led to him moving up. I like Fajeda by decision here. Ooh. I even think that he could finish Blachowicz, but I like to play it safe and say by decision. I think he's going to pour out more volume. Those leg kicks are going to be a huge problem for Blachowicz if he doesn't check them, because he has a habit of not doing that. Even Rakic, I think, were throwing leg kicks that he was having issues with before the injury, and then Blachowicz decided to throw him back.
Yeah.
And then I just like his hands. He has a knack for hitting hard, and now he can do it at a heavier weight. So even though that's very intriguing, I'm still saying Fajeda pulls this one out. Ooh. It's a pick 'em for a reason.
I see, and you're right about that. His weight is 218, and 219. Right now, and he might be at 228 by the time of the,
because he's going to cut it down to 205. But there's who was it last week that cut all the way down? Who went down a weight class, and then he put back like 20, 30 pounds. The next day,
I don't remember who was that.
Somebody just did it last week.
Not in California.
Not in Cali, right?
No, they don't allow that in California.
No,
10%.
Man,
you're allowed to rehydrate 10% of your original.
There you go.
This is why would anyone bet on this fight with those odds? Explain.
It was Paul Craig. Paul Craig put in 20 pounds.
Okay. Why would anyone? What?
It was in his hairpiece.
The 20 pounds.
So Paul Craig openly admitted to getting a hair transplant that he's very proud of. So the joke is that he put on 20 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Why? How? I don't understand why anyone would bet on this. Like,
I'm not.
No, nobody can either. Okay. I mean, I don't understand the whole betting gambling thing anyway, but so I don't know. Made some really good points about Jan being hot and cold and not living up to his potential, and sometimes starting slow and sometimes making bad choices. He's old as fuck too, right? But so is Alex. So
Jan's got to be 40 at least. Yeah, he's 40 exactly.
40.
Alex is actually only 22. No, I'm kidding. He's 36.
Yeah, 36.
The thing is, light heavyweight is a completely different animal than middleweight.
Yes.
And
the numbers are not even the same. The only thing in common is the 5.
The strength differential, it's, it's like you can say, yeah, but Alex has been training with Glover, so he knows what the strength is. That's not fighting. This is his first fight at light heavy, and it's with someone who's a fucking legit, dense, tough light heavyweight. The age thing is actually the biggest factor. Like, he's too old to be fighting, and he's still fighting. But this is MMA. It's not kickboxing. bigger, stronger, more durable, more well-rounded, and he beat Izzy easily. So I think Jan's going to pull it out, and I think it's going to be kind of similar too. He's going to strike right into the takedown. It's not going to be a conventional wrestling takedown. It's not going to be conventional striking. It's going to be MMA, the mix of the martial arts. He's going to throw, step through, fall on top of him, and I think he's going to win with ground and pound. So I'm going to, you know what?
Oh,
I'm going to be
TKO finish or just by decision?
Yeah, TKO, ground and pound, and it's going to be round 1.
Wow.
How do you like that? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I like that. I mean, I like excitement. That's exciting. Let's go.
I like it. Man. Now I'm questioning. I'm wondering if it will happen or not. Because if it does happen, I'm just gonna that's how it. All right, main event time, baby, for the BMF belt. Of course, we already know who had the belts prior to that. Of course, the one who retired.
Well, yeah, if laterally, it's Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards is the current BMF champion.
And of course, the lightweight belt. Of course, this is going to be a sequel for me. Of course, this is part 2. Of course, Dustin Poirier. I forgot to put the minus. Actually, he is minus 145.
Yeah,
and then plus 125 is Justin Gaethje. This is going to be a hell of a fight. I did enjoy the first one. I think this is going to be now for the BMF, which I'm questioning if they're going to have Masvidal come and introduce the belt.
I think that's what
he is. He's going to be there. Put it on the whoever wins.
He's going to put it on the Rock.
Dwayne Johnson's going to come on. My God, let's see. This is going to be a good main event. Obviously, you got a number 2 and number 3 in this division in the rankings. This is going to be very intriguing to see. I just don't know who to go for this one because I like both of these guys. It's tough. If I was a betting man, oh fuck it. All right, I'm gonna go with Poirier decision. Jesus, I'm just gonna go with Poirier decision. This is gonna be a hell of a good fight. They're really gonna go back and forth with this one. I feel just overall the first 3 rounds. Maybe Gaethje will get caught slipping by Poirier. We seen that last time. I don't know. This is tough. This is a really good, but it's a good main event, honestly. I don't know if it's just going to move up in a division or get a title shot. I have no clue if that does happen. But, I mean, this is going to be a great event. I'm excited. This is going to be exciteful and good to see Masvidal go ahead and introduce the winner of that BML belt. So I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out to be. I'm stoked. I'm really, really stoked. But it's a tough call on this. I'm going to have to go Poirier. I have no choice to go Poirier in this one. Sorry, Justin. I know. But Director, who do you got on this one?
Yeah, so the BMF belt, man, we all know what that means. Buy my fights, and that is why this belt is existence. I have a soft spot for Gaethje. I have been a fan of his since the World Series of Fighting days. Since he knocked out, this is gonna sound ableist, but he knocked out Nick Newell. Yeah, I've just been a fan. I just love the guy. I never root against him. Poirier's hands are just better, so I'm picking him. I'm going by decision for Poirier. I think his shots are tighter, they're leaner, they're cleaner, they're right down the middle, they're not looping, and they're calculated. The boy knocked out I would say a decent level Connor. I don't know if that's a prime Connor or not, but I would say, I don't see Gaethje doing that. I see Gaethje getting eaten up by Connor, and Poirier knocked him out. And MMA math works. So in this equation,
my foot's a balloon.
I think Gaethje has changed his Homer Simpson style enough to not finish. Yeah, he's finished it. He's fixed it enough to not get finished by strikes, but not enough to win by strikes. And I'm giving it to Poirier it's not even going to be a close decision, but it's not going to be less than a 49-50 or whatever, or 50-45.
Right. All right.
I don't see any 10-8s. That's what I'm saying.
If you want to be funny, if you want to go by MMA math, Gaethje destroyed Michael Chandler, and then Michael Chandler was beating Poirier before that sub. He was going to win that fight before the sub.
So
in the third
always
round.
You can always win a fight until you lose.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you go by MMA math,
Chandler still finished Chandler, or Poirier still beat Chandler.
Yeah, but like I was saying, he was having trouble with him, and then he beat him. So yes, he beat him, but he was losing that fight almost all 3 rounds. He was like he was getting beat before that. So yeah, he did it, but it's like I think this is closer than people think. I'm going with Justin Gaethje I'm going with Gaethje by round 3 knockout.
What? I'd love to see that. It has been a while since Poirier has lost by straight up strikes, I believe, right?
Okay, both these guys are 34.
Michael Johnson 7 years ago was the last person to finish him by strikes, and that was fast.
Yeah, it's been a while since Gaethje scored a knockout too, though.
Yeah, exactly. His last knockout win was Tony Ferguson 3 years ago, almost.
But here's the thing: Oliveira technically did stun him, but for some reason they didn't count as a knockdown.
Right.
But he did stun him, but they didn't want to. I still don't get why he gets knocked down, but then they don't want to count it. So then you look at it, it's like, oh, he hasn't been knocked down in this long, even though Charles Oliveira did it. But to go back to it, both are 34 years old. They fought before. It was 2-1. You could see either way. And then one thing I took away from that fight was how not scared Gaethje was, but he was defensive because of those eye pokes that he got caught doing. He got caught with the first one, and then he got the point deduction with the other one, and it kind of threw him off of his game plan. And then he was looking great with those, and then it made him throw a lot more leg kicks and then a less striking, and then like just throws him off. So like a lot of people looking at that first fight, I'm like, I look at it to an extent, but then I'm like, he's changed so much. He's not making those dumb mistakes now. He still makes dumb mistakes where he should be grappling and he continues to strike. But then I look at the last fight, I look at round 3 against Fiziev, he incorporates a jab into there. He looked like a different fighter. He looked killer. He had that killer mentality there, and he just took over and he got the victory there. He's not going to be the better striker here, but I think he's going to be the better power striker where he's going to do more damage. And I like the leg kicks that he kicks. I've seen Poirier still get hit with that. I'm hoping that he's like just throws us for a loop in round 1. He goes for a takedown. Just to like set the stage that even though he's going to be striking, it's going to make Poirier think for the rest of the fight. Because once you do it once, you still got to think about it because it's like, is he going to do it again? He could catch him flinching. Because I saw him do that to Fiziev in round 1 and 3. He kind of went away from it round 2, but then he went back to round 3 and he got a takedown from it. And I feel like Fiziev is better at defending the takedowns than Poirier is. Poirier got taken down at will against Chandler. Chandler just took it down at will. Different fighter, but same aspect. They had the same style. And I feel like he's going to have trouble as long as Gaethje doesn't make the same mistake with the eye pokes and he plays to his game that he got taken away from because of that. I think this is going to be a totally different fight. I think he's on the better streak right now. He's looked better in my opinion. That Chandler fight just scares me off of Poirier. He was looking good, and then he just was getting dominated against Chandler, and he just looked off. And it's going to be close, but I got Gaethje pulling it out round 3 with the knockout. I think he catches him.
Yeah, Poirier's just crisper in my opinion. You know, anything can happen though. Anything, especially with Gaethje, he can just fucking close his eyes and just leave a hammer down the lane. But you know, probably not.
We thought he was a crisper striker than Oliveira. Then Oliveira caught him.
Yeah, but I mean,
pretty easily.
Oliveira is definitely, I think, more accurate than Poirier for sure.
Love it. Valid, man. Good points around here. Best for last, the phenomenal one himself, Coach Ray. Just take it away.
Justin.
Dusty Poirier. Be here all night, actually, for another 10 minutes.
What?
Okay. Be here all night.
Oh, all night. Okay. There you go. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's my official stance. I don't know. This can go either way. This is gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be fun to watch. The consistent observation that I have about Gaethje is that he's lost his one-punch power. His explosivity and his power output has diminished because of the type of training that he chose that they've been doing for years now. And that saddens me because so few people can have that kind of power. And then you do too much LSD, long steady distance people, not lysergic acid.
There you go.
Yeah, too much aerobic training will harm power. It will bias the intermediate motor units more towards endurance rather than explosivity, and it will diminish fast twitch motor units. So that's basically what's happened to Gaethje, and I'm sad. But Gaethje is still very good and still very dangerous and still very exciting. Poirier, well, unless you smother it, which is what he's done. So he just doesn't have the power, but he still has the skill. He still has the accuracy. He's got the kicks and he's got the balls, right? He stays in the pot. He doesn't care. Gaethje don't care. Like Honey Badger. Poirier. Oh, my bad. Poirier, accurate, precise, slick. I don't know who wins this. I think Poirier is probably going to get decision. Yeah.
Oh, decision.
Yeah. And if I want to be extra safe, let's call it a split decision.
You know, that could be down the case because since they're fighting in the city of Utah. I mean, no offense, Utah, we love, but I got family out there that lives out there. But with the coaching, I mean, with the athletic commission, and the judges to see how it is. Like, you may have a good point there, though, Coach. I mean,
so buy more fights belt. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun to watch, and
absolutely,
it's going to be a good card overall.
Absolutely. I feel like it will be extremely fun to watch. But, before we end it here, so out of all the fights, gentlemen, which ones you guys are really excited for? Are you excited for the whole card itself, or which fight is actually the one that you're invested in? Like, okay, yeah, I'm really going to watch this one. I'll take it to you, Bakley. Which is the fight, the one that you're looking forward to out of all?
I'm excited about the whole card. There's a lot on just the prelim that are really enticing to me there. But if you had to pick the main card, it would have to be the Fajeda Yehovich one.
Oh, okay. So Fajeda Yehovich, okay. All right, Director, which one are you looking forward to?
I mean, I'm excited, obviously, for the whole card, specifically the main card. People are forgetting Derek Lewis is on the undercard. I don't think Derek Lewis has been on the undercard in like 9 years. So I'm looking forward to that as far as a prelim card. And I'm a huge Miranda Maverick fan. Been a fan of her since Invicta. She's still young enough.
You took both my answers.
I've been a huge Miranda Maverick fan since Invicta. She's still young enough to recover.
Nice too.
She's a corn-fed white girl, man. Don't get no sweeter than that. Sure. She's the Matt Hughes. I predicted her to be the Matt Hughes of the women's division. I still think she's got plenty of time to get there.
Yeah.
She's only 26 and her record is 11-5. That is insane. She's been wrestling since it was legal in whatever state she's from. Probably Kansas City, Missouri. She's probably been wrestling since she was 9.
Yeah. And she's at elevation now, which is always
that's a hard fight.
Her.
It's a hard fight, and it's crazy. That's the first early.
Against Priscilla Cachoeira, who I think honestly has the least amount of ground defense from her back in the division.
She was getting dominated by Gina Mazzani, and then she caught Gina Mazzani when she and then she called him when she got tired. So
yeah. So yeah, those are my undercard picks right there. Is Lewis and Miranda Maverick.
Awesome.
I think
He's
Lewis
okay.
I think
Yeah, I got
Lewis
nothing.
gets
I
beat.
got nothing to add now because everyone said what I wanted to say.
Why is
I
it
think
coaches stuff, man?
I think DeLima subs Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say Derek Lewis was going to win. I said I was just
No.
looking forward to a fight.
I think this might be his last fight too.
How old is Derek Lewis now? It's like
He's
97, right?
Old enough to know better.
He's 38.
38.
He's 38. Bet to be
Damn, I'm older than
39.
Derek Lewis. I'm not 6'3", 265.
It's because you're vegan.
Yeah, probably.
I'm intrigued to see how Seversberger does that.
I was saying that you're a lean, that you weren't 265.
Oh, yeah. I may not be lean, but I'm definitely not tall. I may not be lean, but I'm not tall. I'm 6'1". I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'd rather be 6'3".
Yeah. See, that's good enough.
That's good enough. But you know what? Speaking of good enough,
hold on. Blakely also mentioned I like the Semlisberger, the Jedi.
He just moved up the welterweight too.
Yeah, that dude.
Who?
Matthew Semlisberger,
Semi the Jedi. Yeah,
that dude's fun to watch. I like watching that guy win or lose. Plus, he has a mullet. Can't hit the mullet.
Oh. Love it. But yes, speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, also, if you guys are, of course, watching this, and if you watch a replay as well, if you're listening as well, I will put it in the description below. Make sure you go to Instagram and you go ahead and put it right there, as you can see, right there. If you type in Blue Ridge, and then right there, go on the comments on this right here. You will go there, and on that comment, you put, oh, what happened? Jesus Christ.
It's right there.
Why is it not sharing the screen?
I don't know.
See.
Oh,
Blue Ridge Rock Fest. There it
there
is.
we go.
Instagram and Facebook, whichever one you're more comfortable with. We are all over the place.
Yes.
We need to repeat this shit, man. We
That's
want to be
right.
the first band ever to repeat it. That would be a wild feather in our hat.
Absolutely.
And they just dropped a new video.
We
That
did.
is right.
That's probably coming up next. Peace with the Devil just dropped this morning or last night at midnight. It's on YouTube, FDS Band on Instagram, Fate Destroyed on Facebook, Fate Destroyed on YouTube. Like, sub. If anything, watch it and leave a comment. We love comments. We literally reply to every single comment anyone ever leaves about us.
Absolutely.
And some of them can read, unlike us.
Yeah, I use the phone.
Yes, exactly. And so when you click on this, ladies and gentlemen, make sure when you're in the comments, you add, of course, right there. You see it, FDS Band Official. Add them on that so they can be there for 3 years in a row. So they can make it there on the Blue Ridge Rock Festival coming up. And I'm excited because if we all done it already here, y'all got to do it too, man. All of y'all got to do it. Make sure do that and follow Fate Destroyed. And also go look at the new music video that just came out a minute. How the director mentioned. Go to FDS on YouTube. Put at FDS. It'll come out. You will see it right away. You'll see it. And it's the director and Papi Chulo right here. 1 hour. Rocking out with us. Oh, no, I can't say that, but I can't say that out loud. But you know what I mean. He's rocking out. I don't want to say it out loud. Don't want to say it. And speaking of that, yeah. But we appreciate you all guys for tuning in, and shout out to Brazil again, but once again for having us up there on top of the audio platforms. Thank you very much, Brazil, for having us there. You guys have been supporting us, and we won't make the same mistakes. Hopefully, not knock on wood. Stupid damn power outage from last week, not this week coming up. But while you're at it, do not forget to follow, subscribe, follow FDS, follow the director himself,
follow Circle the Page, follow Cage IQ, go train with the coach if you think you're worthy.
That's right. And Coach, what do you got? You guys anything coming up at all?
Not till September 9th.
Perfect.
September 9th at the Commerce Casino. We've got Fighters Rep. Raymond Martinez is fighting for the light cruiserweight title. Dylan Ludwig is fighting at 169. Nice. Yeah, hey, look at that. So that's his last fight that he won. But
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
That's,
that's from a while ago. But and then we've got Austin fighting out of Pugilist Gym. And he's fighting someone named Borg. So I was telling him for the weigh-ins, he should do some live long and prosper type shit.
There you go. Right. There you go. It's right there. So there.
Yes.
December 19th. There you gotta have it, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure buy your tickets now. And live stream. Go to fightersrep.com to of course, to tune in and watch that. The coach will be there alongside, of course, being the coach, because he's going to be, of course, giving you that rage and that pain, dominating that boxing ring, ladies and gentlemen. And also, don't forget to follow Bakley right here, the man with the IQ that Dana White should have more often than this man. Jesus Christ. Follow this man, Cage My IQ. The description right below. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be back next week for, of course, a recap of this fight. And I might do something Friday. Debate Center, because we have a boxing coming up this Saturday too, because we got Spencer and Crawford. We don't know yet. I don't know. Just stay tuned. Follow us here at Circle Debate. You'll know if we'll do something or not. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the host of one IBC. Of course, my other host right here, as Director El Papi Chulo, the one that rocks out with his out right there.
It's behind the guitar. You can't see anything.
No, you can't really see anything. And of course,
that's what you think. The guitar is only this big.
And the man with the IQ, ladies and gentlemen, and the phenomenal one, man, that rage in the cage. Follow Ire, baby. Ire. Because, we don't just all do here music, fighting, anything podcasts. We all fucking make history, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, everybody. See you next week. Peace.